In 1922, Harvard President Charles W. Eliot said, "The organized summer camp is the most important step in education that America has given the world." At the same time that Eliot made this statement, organized camping was initiated in Texas and Oklahoma. Now, all these years later, countless young men and women have benefited from the unique educational experience found only at summer camp. Camping in Texas and Oklahoma began with church encampments. The first recorded seems to be 1902, with several following shortly after that. In Oklahoma, the first recorded agency camp occurred in 1912, quickly followed by another in 1913. In Texas, one of the first, if not the first, youth camps opened in 1921. It was a private camp, and it was followed by agency camps opening in 1922. In a survey conducted by the Rockefeller Foundation in the 1920s to determine the healthiest locality of the entire country, Kerr County in Texas was decided as having the ideal climate. This played a factor in several private camps and one agency camp opening in the mid-1920s along the south and north forks of the Guadalupe River. In the late 1930s, the first modern Christian youth camp was established in Texas. In the late 1940s, primarily in response to the polio epidemic and the large number of children dealing with diabetes, camps serving children with physical disabilities and special medical needs were started in Texas, with Oklahoma following in the early 1950s. In Oklahoma and Texas, the development of camps in the 1920s was in accordance with the plans and the management of the older established camps in the north and east. However, the seasons in Texas and Oklahoma, the unique landscape features, and the can-do spirit of Oklahomans and Texans offered unique concepts to camp management principles and programs. These concepts were innovative to the camping industry. During the history of camps being formed in Texas and Oklahoma, both of these states became members of the American Camp Association in 1951. Private, agency, and religious camps from Texas and Oklahoma have been represented in the American Camp Association ever since. From 1974 to 1976, Texan Armin Whitey Lures was elected national president of the ACA, and in 2005, Ann Sheets became the first Texoma volunteer to be elected national president. In 1971, CAMP was formed by a dozen Texas camp directors with a focus on monitoring national legislation that could affect organized camping. The first president of CAMP was Tex Robertson, founder of Camp Longhorn. In 1959, Christian Camp and Conference Association became an organization, and its presence was established in Texas and Oklahoma in the 1960s. Through the years, all three of these organizations and their leaders have played a part in shaping the future of camping through camping standards, legislation matters, and more. Camp directors have witnessed so many changes over the decades. Trends come and go, but the values of camping remain a constant.